Hey everyone, so this is a reading for your sun, moon, or rising. If you want to skip ahead to any particular area that has your interest, that is like top of mind, then I would check out the timestamps down below. Also, the live hangouts for cards and cocktails, and planning to do more of those. They've been going very well. I haven't chosen any dates for April yet, but the best way to stay on top of that and to find out when those are, to come hang out and get free tarot card pulls. It's just a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. It's a way for me to connect with people too. It's just fun. You can go check that out in my Instagram. So that's honestly the best way, is to follow me on Instagram to stay up on like when those get announced. So I try to do at least a couple different times to catch different time zones. The other thing is, and I'm going to keep this really short and succinct this month. Last month that was nuts. So let's keep this short and succinct. This is a collective reading, so keep that in mind. If this particular message doesn't resonate with you this month, it just wasn't your message this month. I would check out, if you're checking out your sun sign, rising, then check out your moon sign and see which one of those might resonate with you a little bit better this month. If you do want something that's more specific to what's going on in your life, I highly recommend booking a reading one-to-one. So all the links for that are down below. You can book a personal reading. You can get 20% off of your reading. You can get 50% off with a referral link. So all of that information is down below. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. The last thing that I want to say is there are new subscriptions that are available on Patreon. So if you're someone who really likes ongoing personal guidance with respect to what you're dealing with in this particular month or any month, I have weekly one-to-one, either live or recorded monthly subscriptions. So you can pay monthly to get weekly readings with me that are 30 minutes long. Or you can pay for monthly 90-minute readings with me, and those are also either live one-to-one or recorded for you. So those options are now available on Patreon. I'm still working on the website thing in the background. It has been a bananas month, you guys. So I'm going as fast as I can, but things are changing pretty rapidly. Anyhow, I think that's about all. Enjoy your readings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your April 2022 reading. This is a reading for the collective. So for sun, moon, or rising Capricorns, if this particular message this month resonates, awesome. If it doesn't, it just wasn't the message for you. And so if this is your sun sign, I would check out my rising and then my moon to see what resonates. So, or get a personal reading. The link for that is down below. All right, let's get into it. What do we have showing up for my Capricorns? We're going to look at general first. So overall, and then what is coming up for challenges for my Capricorns. And all right, that's the spiritual advice. I'm getting actually, I want to pull one more card for you with spiritual advice. Hopefully my shuffling isn't too loud. I have tried to be mindful about shuffling away from the mic. Okay, awesome. And then we're going to take a look at what's going on for business, career, finances. No, my Capricorns are interested in that. I know they are. Goodness. Okay, we are not taking that many cards. We're gonna keep shuffling because no. Let's keep going. What's coming up for my Capricorns with business, finances, career? Okay, we had two. All right. Challenges that are coming up in that realm: business, finances, career. This doesn't mean that you have to be an entrepreneur, by the way. This could also be applicable to your work situations or just finances. You don't even have to be working. This could just be about your finances. All right. So I want to be clear. We're not just talking about that. Interesting. We have Queen and King of Swords showing up here. And then spiritual advice. More court cards. All right. All right, Capricorn. So let's take a look at and focus on the general reading first. Okay. So let's take a look at what we have going on here. So starting off here, we're looking at the Two of Swords, right? And the question is, what are you feeling indecisive about? What are you weighing out and contemplating? Where are you experiencing some kind of confusion, right? This is a very watery air card, in my opinion, because there is so much water. She's surrounded by the ocean, there's the moon above, she's blindfolded, having to tune into her inner senses in order to make this decision. And so there is this needing to balance the analytical mind, the cerebral process, with the emotional and intuitive feelings that are there. You know, whenever you cover if you've ever been blindfolded, all of your other senses need to tune up and turn on in order to help you decipher or understand what's happening or going on, right? So this is like part of like the overall theme. There's something that is, you know, having you weigh out, trying to decide between a couple of different paths and feeling unsure about it, whatever that decision might be, whether that is with friendships, family, love relationships, or business, or whatever it is, right? So that's what we have showing up here. And then we have the challenge card. And, you know, in the challenge position, the Six of Cups is basically saying, hey, you need to be present. Like, stop focusing on the past. Stop being so overly focused on what the past has been, or reminiscing, or being nostalgic, and just kind of like, oh, if it were just like this again, or I missed this, or why can't it feel this way? Needing to really let that go. And the spiritual advice that's coming through over here is kind of in line with this, actually, is here we are with the Two of Wands standing at the precipice of new paths. You have the ability to, in the Two of Wands, create the world as you see fit for yourself. Which path do you want to build? Which world do you want to create? Which world do you want to go towards, right? And so in order to make those kinds of decisions, you can't be lost in reminiscing or in the past. You need to be in the present to make these kinds of decisions. Once you do that, it will unlock a bevy of beautiful, clear feelings, right? That's what the Ace of Cups is really about. So here you have the opportunity to move into these really beautiful feelings and a new experience. Like, it's like a refresh. It's starting over in a way. At least emotionally, right? Feeling that feeling. I mean, if you think about any time that you've been on the precipice of making a decision and going towards something new, it's exciting, it's full of hope, it's full of possibility, right? And you feel this overflow of emotion, right? Of this newness. And so that's how I feel this is all connected. Let's get into your business slash finances slash work, and let's see what is actually showing up here. And I remember these were here. And this is the challenge. And here we have the spiritual advice. So what I'm seeing here already is a lot of leadership. We have a ton of court cards. At least it seems like a ton to me. It's like all court cards here. And there's Lyra. She might come into the shot. So all court cards here. Let's start over here, right? What kind of leadership experience are you in during the month of April? Something to consider is, you know, if you're someone who is really analytical and like sharp, quick, making decisions from a very cerebral and analytical place, the question, sorry, that's my cat. The question is like, what kind of leadership space are you in? And are you making sure to not be too sharp, too quick, making sure to be tactful about the way that you go about communicating with the people that are working with you or under you. So if you are in a leadership position, if you own your own business and you have a team, then that's something to actually be aware of, right? The other thing too is that with that, you have some burst of new creativity, new desire, it's like a burst of fire, like a spark of creativity and action that comes into play during the month of April. And so wanting to make sure, like, what kind of leadership position are you actually going to be in? Are you going to be able to communicate effectively with the people that are in your kingdom, essentially, right? One of the things, and we'll come back around to that, I think, but I want to move into looking at the challenge. So with the Queen of Wands, when we're looking at her in this challenge position, we could say that, yes, part of this is about the way that you're choosing to not communicate with other people, but also there's something about the inability to, like, the thing with the Queen of Swords is that the Queen of Swords is that she cuts cords. She cuts cords when it's necessary, and she speaks her mind when it's necessary. And so when the Queen of Swords shows up in a challenge position, it's like, it's almost indicating this inability to let certain things from the past go, either certain business connections or business partnerships or collaborations or something like that. There's something that's hindering your work, your career, your business path, your finances, that has to do with not really cutting the cords where they need to be. Like, whoever's not pulling their weight, things that need to be communicated, things that aren't being communicated, they need to be communicated. And the idea is to do this in a way that is hopefully tactful and diplomatic, right? Not too King of Swords like, right? Not too Queen of Swords like. There's a way to be direct and truthful with people and to say what needs to be said without being somebody who is perhaps too harsh, too sharp, too pointed, right? So then we come into, like, what the spiritual advice is. And the other reason that I think that perhaps that you're dealing with a group of people, either your coworkers or you have a group of people that work for you or under you in some way, is because we have the Five of Swords showing up. And usually that's about, like, conflicting ideas and really just having to, like, this isn't you contending with yourself as a solopreneur. This is you having to deal with other people. Now, maybe it's not within your company. Perhaps it's like vendors or something of that nature, right, that you're having to deal with, and or other companies that you're working with to help build your particular business if you're somebody who works on your own business and you're an entrepreneur. So something to pay attention to with this is basically just like pointing to examining which fights are worth fighting, which ones, like picking and choosing your battles is what comes to mind, right? Being willing to recognize when there's a no-win situation and when you need to withdraw gracefully from that situation, or how you can and move into the King of Swords, how you can step into this particular kind of energy with the King of Wands. With the King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone who is self-assured but not arrogant, who is confident, who is warm and definitely passionate about what his endeavors are. Also makes decisions based off of his intuition, which is strong. So in, like, bringing in all of these different kinds of strengths and utilizing them to help you be diplomatic and problem solving, and to be discerning about engaging in which battles, which fights are worth the fight and which aren't, and if not, how to withdraw from that, because you're looking at the overall bigger picture of what's happening here, right? So I hope that that's really clear, Capricorn. I feel like that's only, like, very specific for a few of you, and I want to get into your love reading. So let's take a look at what's going on for my Capricorns that are dealing with love, either in relationships or dating, right? So we're looking for what's the overall message, it's the overarching theme for my Capricorns, and what's coming up as a challenge, and also what spiritual advice are we getting? Okay. And then, as we've been doing, we're keeping with looking at the Goddess and God cards. So remember that these are archetypes. So if you have the belief structure that you believe in deities, awesome. Then these are the homies that have your back. If not, remember this is not about identity or gender. This is about the fact that we all have polarity, the polarity of yin and yang energy that flows through our lives, through each and every one of us. And it's about tapping into strengths that we can embody to better work through and with the challenges that we have, right? Okay. All right, and then we're going to just give voice to your ancestors or your guides that are coming through, what they have to say, and also blind spots. Said another way, shadow work. What is in the shadows for us to look at? What are we not seeing? Or what do we shy away from looking at that would benefit us to look at in order to help us through any of the challenging experiences that we're having, right? And then we want to take a look at a rune that is coming up for you all. I'm feeling out one rune. There we go. All right. All right, Capricorn. So I'm going to continue this reading over in Patreon for the extended version. You're welcome to take that video over there by choosing the link down below to get over to that. And yeah, so thank you for joining me again this month. I'm open to feedback. Feel free to leave me any kinds of DMs or messages in the comments. And otherwise, I will see you over on Patreon. Have a good month, Capricorn. Bye.